Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we give you a mission. You are invited to become a conscience warrior. Your task is not simple. You are here to uncover a staggering injustice, a 30-year struggle in Taiwan, rooted in the shadows of the post-authoritarian era. This is not a summary of a court case. It is an investigation. We are tracing the lingering poison of the past, searching for the hidden forces behind a systemic failure. This is the 12/19 escape room. Not a game for entertainment, but a forensic walkthrough of the truth. Step into the first room, the demon detecting mirror. Why this name? Because this case is diagnostic. It exposes the condition of Taiwan's legal and tax systems. In 1996, Taiwan was a democracy on paper, but behind the scenes, the old guard still held unchecked power. Professor Wu Qingqin calls this case a mirror because it reflects the profound absurdity at the heart of the system. A respected cultural institution, the Tai Ji Men Academy, guardians of traditional wisdom, was turned upside down overnight by a system that had not yet learned how to be fair. Now, move forward. Where white is smeared into black, this is where fabrication begins. The investigation became a textbook example of how a democracy should not be run. The prosecutor committed 8 major violations, including illegal detention and manipulation of the media. But the most unbelievable part, so-called psychic evidence. The prosecutor claimed he could determine guilt from a flicker in someone's eyes, a shadow, a feeling, no science, no proof, just the tactics of a fortune teller. And yet, this absurdity triggered a 30-year ordeal, even though every defendant was declared not guilty by Taiwan's Supreme Court in 2007. The system begins to fracture. Even after the Supreme Court cleared Tai Ji Men of all charges, the National Taxation Bureau refused to let go. They issued what locals call oolong tax bills, ridiculous, fabricated demands. 5 out of 6 years were eventually corrected, but 1 year remained, 1,992. The facts were identical, the evidence unchanged, and yet the ruling shifted. It is the apple and guava paradox. The court insists that on certain days, an apple is suddenly a guava. This is not justice. It is an internally inconsistent system placing bureaucratic ego above the law. The life-saving laws exist to fix this, but no one dares to turn the key. Citizens fight back, and the forest of conscience. In this room, frustration becomes action. Here, citizens fight back. The towering figures of dinosaur judges represent rigid, outdated thinking. By confronting them, helplessness transforms into accountability. And then, you arrive at the forest of conscience. Look closely. Every leaf on the tree carries a wish for justice written by a visitor. Here, they say, with a wish, there is power. With power, there is action. This case is a benchmark for Taiwan's democracy. If the third pillar of human rights, the restoration of victims' dignity, is ignored, then the transition to democracy remains incomplete. Exiting the escape room. As you step outside, remember this: the mastermind is no longer a single person. It is systemic inertia, the refusal to admit a mistake. The Supreme Court restored their innocence, but the tax bills still deny them their dignity. Ask yourself, at what point does bureaucratic rigidity stop being a flaw and start becoming persecution? The mission does not end here. It continues with you. Thank you for walking the path of the conscience warrior.